Children, today I am Lavanya and I am here with the first chapter of class 9, that is Cell, the fundamental unit of life. So, without any delay, let us start. Cells are the basic structural and functional unit of a living organism. Like the structural unit, the basic unit, the fundamental unit of a building are bricks. Likewise, the fundamental structural and functional unit of a body are cells. The word cell comes from Latin word cellula, which means little rooms. Now let us revise what I have said. Now what is a cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organism. Basic structural and functional unit. Mark my words. It is basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. I hope you have seen a building. What is a building made up of? It is made up of bricks. What is the basic unit of a building? Yes, you are absolutely right. It is bricks. So, what is the basic unit of your body? Now, can you draw the analogy? Now, analogy should be drawn. It is cells. The basic unit of the body is cells. Where does the word cell comes from? Cell comes from a Latin word cellula, which means little rooms. What is the study of cells called? Cell biology. Cell biology is the study of cells in all respects of its structure and function. Every word can be framed into a question. Cell is basic structural and functional unit. Now you have to draw the analogy between a building and a cell, a building and a cell. Now remember my words. In 1665, cells are the basic structural and functional unit of a living organism. In 1665, a scientist named Robert Hooke, English scientist named Robert Hooke, discovered cells. He observed a thin slice of cork, that is from the bark of a tree, contained a number of very small boxes-like structure. You can say that they were honeycomb-like structures, okay? And he called them cells. He gave the name cellula in Latin, that means cells. I've already told you that they mean little rooms. His work was published in a book called Micrographia. What was the name of the book? Please repeat with me. It is Micrographia. Now, interesting thing to note is that he observed the cells with his own self-made crude microscope. Please imagine, use your imagination power and imagine how will the crude microscope look like. In 1665, in those ancient times, how will the microscope look like? You can see the pic and you can compare the modern microscope with the ancient microscope. One more thing to note about the cells which Robert Brown discovered is that they were dead cells. Now mark my words. Repeat after me. They were dead cells, not the living cells. He did not observe the living cells. In 1665, a scientist named Robert Hooke, English scientist named Robert Hooke, in 1674, a scientist named Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he observed the living cells like bacteria, protozoas, RBCs, etc. Note, he observed the living cells with his own self-made microscope. In this lecture, we are discussing on the discoveries of the cell. So the next point is, in 1831, a Scottish botanist named Robert Brown discovered the nucleus of the cell. Now years are very important. In which year? 1831. Who? Robert Brown discovered what? Nucleus of the cell. J. Purkinje in 1839 used the term protoplasm. Who used the term protoplasm? J. Purkinje. In which year? 1839. For the living substance, what is the protoplasm? Living substance present inside the cell. Huxley, another scientist. He is another scientist who called it the principal basis of life. Called what? In 6. Another scientist, Huxley, called it the physical basis of life. Called what? Protoplasm. Protoplasm, the physical basis of life. Okay? So here we come to the end of the teaching part, the lecture. Now it's quiz time. So get ready, children, for the quiz. So here's the first question on your screens. What is the name of the book in which Robert Hooke's work was published? I emphasized on it. And if you recall, you will get the answer. The first option is protoplasm. The second option is cellular. The third option is micrographia. And the fourth option is cell biology. Any guesses, children? Recall my words, because I have emphasized on it. 3, 2, 1. And yes, you are absolutely right. The correct answer is micrographia. Another second question comes on your screen, and it is, who discovered nucleus? Which scientist discovered nucleus? Ready for the option? So the first option is Anton von Leeuwenhoek. The second option is Robert Brown. The third option is Schwann. Your fourth option and the last option is Robert Hooke. I'll give you 5 seconds. Let us see how many of you can answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, recall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And your correct answer is Robert Brown. First of all, children, just tell me how many of you are desperately waiting for the third question. Second question. Waiting for the third question. And how many of you got the 2 questions right? Very good, children. Many of you got the 2 questions right. Now let us see how many of you can get the third question right. It's a tricky question. I am warning you, it's a tricky question. Let us see how many of you will get it right. Let's moving on to the third question. Pay attention, okay? The third question comes on your screen, and it is, in which year was the first living cell discovered? In which year was the first living cell discovered? The options are, the first option 1831. The first option is 1831. The second option 1665. The third option 1674. And fourth, last but not the least, it is 1670. Yes. Come on, children. Give me the answer. Very good. Give me the answer quickly. Yes. Very good. Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is 1664. Yay! Many of you gave the right answer. How many of you gave me the right answers? Yes, very good. 1674. But do you remember who discovered the living cell in 1674? It was Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Very good. It was a very enriching session with you all. Thank you for heeding your ears. Waiting for the third question. And how many of you got the two questions right? Very good, children. Discovered the living cell in 1674? It was Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Very good. It was a very enriching session with you all. Thank you for heeding your ears. Thank you. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you so much. Children, I love this session with you all. What about you? I hope you too love this session with me. Thank you so much for your love and support, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe it to our channel and show some love. Share it with your friends and help them too. Till then, bye bye. Keep studying.